All right, so before we get to the ending and the celebration, let's talk about that final drive because I thought, man, that was a key 4th and 1 that you had to convert, and then big pass there, and then you finished off with a couple of strong runs. Walk me through that last drive, as you know, time is running out and there is some urgency there.
Yeah, like when defense got the ball, when defense got us the ball back, I was thinking to myself in my head the whole time, I got to do this. I got to win this game. I got to do it. I'm gonna finish this drive. I don't care if I got to do it alone, And I just kept running and kept pushing. And I had to peak like worse than ever before, but I'm not thinking about that adrenaline run. I wasn't worried about that, And we just made it there, and then Coach Pat put the balls in my hand for the win. And I had to do it my senior year.
So let's talk about the touchdown. You dive, ball hits the ground and pops up. We go to review. Was there ever any doubt in your mind?
No doubt. I seen it. Like I actually seen it cross the plane when I reached, and then I seen they were trying to be out. Like, bro, there's no way. I already reached. It was there, and I just hit the ground hard and it popped up. But I knew for a fact that I was in.
And then the call for 2, and the call is you again. How are you feeling in that moment?
I was like, I got to get in here, bro. This is it. Everything we worked for the whole season, The 2-a-days, heat strokes we was catching, running up and down the field. All that, it came down to that moment, And we work on these same power out plays every day at practice, like every single day, from the moment we get there until the end of the season. Every day before practice, we're gonna run them. So it had to come perfectly like that. No doubt, I was gonna get in.
Before we get to the player quarterback, who was tremendous today, I want to talk about the pressure that you must have felt filling Trey Holly's shoes, the greatest running back in Louisiana history, and then you get the call after him. How did you deal with the pressure of replacing him?
He always called me. He was like, man, he said, I know. He said, I know. Every time you're gonna get an interview, folks gonna ask you about me. He was like, he said, just tell you guys, like, I'm not trying to do nothing he did. I'm just playing my part to the team. Nothing extra, and help my team out however I can help out.
All right, let's talk about Jordan because, he was huge running the ball, but also I think that interception at the end of the first half to set up the touchdown for you guys to go ahead, that was a huge play. Talked about how big he was for you guys tonight.
Oh, yeah, he was real big tonight, and he didn't have a too great of game, the semifinal game, So people got to down him like, man, I hope Jordan don't go into the the Superdome with all this. And it wasn't no doubt in my mind. I knew it was understood by all the seniors. It was understood, No. We had to do everything perfect as we could, even though every game ain't gonna be perfect. No game's gonna be perfect. But I knew for a fact when he pulled that counter, he pulled 2 counters, and he went around, he scored twice. I knew, I was like, yeah, he understands, and I understood too. Before the half when he got the interception, I understood. I knew I had to get the ball to get us the lead, and that last drive, I had to make it to the end zone. I had to, all the way back from where we were.
So you guys get here 4 times in a row. Disappointment, disappointment, disappointment. And I think from the outside, maybe this is the team that was doubted the most. You guys weren't supposed to win it.
Yes.
So how nice does it feel to overcome those disappointments and overcome those doubters?
It felt the greatest feeling we're gonna feel. To prove everyone wrong. Every week if we playing a good team like we just played, Coach Batter put the notes on the board, like when people saying we're gonna get blowed out 40-14 and stuff like that, while we're in the weight room, it just drives us to work harder. And we knew for a fact, and we said it then when the season first started, we was like, we the class everybody down, and we the class they least expect to do it, and we're gonna be the ones to do it. We knew it all along. I promise, we knew it all along.